Hello, and welcome to part 2 of this 4-part series regarding how to best expand your company in the US. Now, the second part is going to address contracts. Contracts are so important in the US because they memorialize your obligations, your expectations, and also create alternatives and solutions in case of a dispute. So what to do and what to do, not to do in the US with contracts. So in the US, contracts have to comply obviously with US law, but also with US format. I have so many European clients that come up to me and to say, hey, Stephanie, do you mind taking my French contract and sort of adapt it to US law? Well, that doesn't work. First, because you're going to have a contract that doesn't look like a US contract. It's not going to have the same formatting. A contract has to act like a tool for your company to shield your entity from liability and provide you with the weight of credibility vis-a-vis your business partners. If you come in front of your business partner, third party, and you have a US contract with US provisions, you're going to look much more credible than if you come with an Americanized contract. So that's a very important point. Now, in many ways, a contract is going to be a reflection of your company's operational efficiency and reliability. For that reason, too, it is important to have all your contracts in place, well drafted. Now, in the US, what you have to know is that it is much more cost effective to strategize to avoid problems, and you do that through having solid contracts, than to fix errors made. Again, I have so many clients who just come to the US, don't have contracts. You're left drowning in a sea of ambiguity. And then when you have to address that, especially in a dispute, we don't have clauses to leverage upon and to protect the company. So it's very important to have an American contract. Do not copy and paste from various websites. Like I said, do not Americanize a contract. Invest in your contractual foundation. It is very important. Now, what is a contract? What is it supposed to do for you? What is it supposed to do for your company? It's going to generate revenue. It's going to protect your entity. I cannot stress enough the importance of having a solid agreement. Again, it's going to have all your commitments, the obligations, not only of you, but the other party. It's going to give you a clear roadmap of the party's expectations. It's going to have all the procedures that are necessary for you to have healthy business relationships, but also solutions in case something does not go well, which, in commercial relationships does happen. The type of contract that you're going to need obviously is going to depend on your business's need and what type of industry that you're in. And you and your counsel can discuss that at length. But make sure that it is a contract, that it is adapted to your needs. I strongly advise against pulling a contract from a legal bank online simply because it's not going to be customized to your business and to your industry. Now, a lot of my clients have come up to me and have asked me, do I need to change my contracts because of COVID? Do I need to have clauses in contracts that have yet to exist that address COVID? The answer is obviously yes, if you can. Now, not every contract you're not going to be able to amend every single contract because you need both parties to agree generally to that. But in a lot of cases, you should have clauses that are going to protect you in a climate of pandemic, unfortunately. What that means is you're going to have force majeure clause. A force majeure clause is a contractual clause that alters both parties' obligations or liabilities when there's an extraordinary event or circumstance beyond the parties' control that occurs. Obviously, similarly to COVID. You can't control COVID. You can't control what's going to happen, as we've all seen. But what we can do is have clauses in the contract that brings you peace of mind, that alters the party's responsibility. For example, you can extend dates of performance. Maybe you can specify what needs to be an in-person obligation. Maybe you can alter payment obligation and have more of a schedule, or maybe extend a schedule. Things of that nature are important in this climate, in your contracts, either in one that exists that we can amend or new ones. Now, again, this will depend obviously on your situation. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any more questions, and looking forward to meeting you in person. Bye-bye. Have a nice day.